Hello everybody, I am Fuzzyface and welcome back today to what is part 14 of this McLaren career on Motorsport Manager. We've got 3 races to go with McLaren. We're winding down our career with McLaren. We're possibly moving on hopefully to Haas next season. We've got a couple of sponsorship offers to go through at the moment. NGK offering 1 million up front, 1.3, 1.2, 1.5 up front over 6 races. So NGK looks to be by far and away the best one here, just works out just about better, but yeah, we'll go with NGK. That's who we had on the car before. We'll stick with them. Meanwhile, we've got DHL 400,000, 200,000 or 750,000 from Gal Lucis. I don't know how you actually pronounce that, over only 4 races. 250 up front here, so this is going to be the best one. I don't think these offers are actually as good as we had last time out. Total offering 6.5 million up front over 11 races. That's just over £600,000 per race. This one works out at £700,000 per race from Rothmans, the owned Williams sponsor, and Red Bull offering nowhere near that. So we're going to go with Rothmans. Nice, good early upfront payment. Rothmans on the side. Actually, a little bit of colour in that sponsor there, and Rothmans go on the top of the car. So what does that do to the finances? So we're a little bit worse off, but we're leaving tons of money behind for McLaren. It doesn't really matter. What does that put us like? Second best sponsors behind Force India. But if we just go into the car now, we did have the legendary car part built. I have managed to work on it in the garage to get it up to its full potential. It is ready to go in the car as well, so we're definitely going to be giving that to Max. We don't need to swap the engine of Mick Schumacher, because it is still the same as the one. So Max has got a really, by far and away, he's got the best engine in the game. So whether he's going to be able to blow Sebastian Vettel away. So what we're going to do is Max is going to run qualifying as normal. Mick is going to be the one running from the back of the grid, just to see what sort of places we can pick up with him. I want to see how quick Max can go with this new engine, because the next 2 races after this look like they're going to be in the rain. Sao Paulo, so this is going to be the only dry chance we get to work with this engine. That should be by far and away, because this 1360 was the best engine in the game. We've now got a 1450, so we're going to be able to see how far Max Verstappen is ahead of Sebastian Vettel with this engine. But anyway, we're going to jump into this Speedway Grand Prix. Engine is crucial, so it's a good one to test, and the aero package as well is the best, which is where we're at. We've fallen behind the brakes a little bit on Mercedes. Might work on, maybe we should build some brakes for next season, just so we know we're leaving McLaren in the best position possible. 30, and this one has 25, this one has 25. I might as well add that one. Gets it up to a 1298. It should be the best part in the game as well. Only 900,000, merely a drop in the ocean for this McLaren team at the moment. We're going to go with the 1.7 finishing first. It should be easy for Max Verstappen. Both drivers happy with the car, but as usual, we're going to run practice qualifying off camera. We'll be back in a moment when it's time to go through the grid. So here we go with the grid for the American Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, as you can see, almost 5/10 of a second up on Sebastian Vettel. So the new engine has taken us from being under a 1/10 of a second apart to being almost half a second apart. Verstappen could have gone quicker than this 122.2, but we only sent him out once in Q3 because I want the full complement of soft tyres for him left over. You can only take 5 soft tyres to a weekend. It is limited to that, so I want the full soft tyres, as we'll be able to do the full race on the soft tyres during this race. So we got Vettel second, then we got the Giovinazzi in the Ferrari third, Raikkonen in the Mercedes fourth, then we got Nico Hulkenberg, Stoffel Van Dorn, Daniel Ricciardo in the Williams, followed by Lewis Hamilton in the Red Bull in 8th, Lance Stroll in the Williams, and Perez gets up into the top 10 due to us starting Mick Schumacher from the back of the grid. He had a gearbox change, which is what we're pretending, so he has to start from the back of the grid, and we'll work up now. Ferrucci, the 2 Haas just in front, the Toro Rosso, the 2 Toro Rossos in front of them of Gasly and Kvyat, and we've got the Renault of Julian Palmer 15th, Valtteri Bottas 14th, Carlos Sainz in 13th, Felipe Nasr up into 12th, a really good qualifying session for him, and Esteban Ocon in 11th. So I'm hoping Max can just sort of do his thing from the start, hoping that I can just sort of leave him to it and concentrate on Mick, just make sure he gets a decent enough start. He does, so hopefully I can just concentrate on Mick Schumacher for this race and just I might as well push this tyre for a little bit. We can start out on a fresh pair of tyres with Mick right from the outset. I'm just hoping that Max can pull away here. He's been overtaken by Giovinazzi. He's under pressure as well. No, we're not going to concentrate on him though, because we're experimenting with Mick this race. He's already up into 16th. Just pushing and pushing. Gets past the Sauber and past the Force India as well. Already up into 13th place. Gets up into 11th place. How many is he going to be able to get in one lap? Gets up into the top 10. Can he get into the top 9? Up into the top 9 in one lap. And everyone's starting to use their boost now. We're going to use a boost. Verstappen is out in front. We're going to use his boost as well. Schumacher now gets past Daniel Ricciardo up the inside of the Mercedes of Kimi Räikkönen as well. Right, so we're going to look after these. And we've got a safety car coming out of the garage as well. So that has worked out perfectly for Mick Schumacher. He's managed to get himself all the way. And it's a little bit too early to pit, Max. 3 laps. Oh, the safety car will be coming up. We can only fuel up to 7. 7, 14, 15 to go. We'll be running in low mode behind the safety car. Right, we're going to get Max in actually. We'll get Max in. We'll take a risk with him, or should we? Let's just see what the other cars are doing first. Right, so let's cool everything down behind the safety car. Schumacher up into 6 in a lap and a half. What an absolutely first lap. It's shades of Charles Leclerc at oh, where did he do it now? Was it Baku? No, it wasn't Baku. Bahrain, was it? I think it was the Bahrain Grand Prix where Charles Leclerc, he came in for the quicker tyres and then just destroyed the field, getting past Ali Rowland on the last lap when we've got a few cars coming in, haven't we? The Ferraris deciding to come in. Have we made the right choice here, staying out in front? We're going to catch a safety car this lap, so we are going to have to stay behind him. Schumacher is up into 3rd. He can go a long way yet. It's worked out for him. Right, so we've got got 1 lap behind the safety car. Right, so we're all forming up now, so we can't really pit Max. So he's going to have, yeah, he's going to have a couple of laps to go, isn't he? So I think it is the right call to keep him out here. Because I'm thinking the Ferraris, because of the way the AI likes to push their fuel, they're going to have to do another 2 stops anyway. So Max is going to come out behind some cars, but the Ferraris are going to be held up here. So it's really worked out for Mick Schumacher here. So hopefully he can get a good start. I think the safety car is going to be coming in after this lap, so we might start thinking about getting a little bit of heat back into these tyres to get them in the optimum temperature range. We've got battery for both of these cars, right? So let's start getting some heat back into these tyres, because we've got more tyre left over than what we've got fuel left in the car. The 2 Ferraris, meanwhile, Giovinazzi is 17th. Where is Vettel out? Vettel came back out into 8th place, so Vettel's not actually that far. He's not that far back down the order. We've got Perez. Alright, so he's got a Renault and a Force India slowing him down, but if he can do anything like Mick Schumacher did in that first lap, up into 3rd place. I know we've had some cars coming to pits, but that was an amazing first lap from him. So we've got the car, we've got the tyre temperature almost back into optimum range. So we'll go medium. What's the temperature like? 24. So we should be able to keep this temperature pretty easily. Keep it in medium. We'll push the tyres as soon as we get released by the safety car. The safety car's peeling away into the pit, so it's just up to Max to get this race started again. And we'll go back straight into attack mode. What we like for fuel. We just go high mode from this point and then see what we're like when it's time to hit the pits for the fuel loads that we've got in the car. And we've got, who is that? That's Lance Stroll pushing his car with the battery, so we're going to push with ours because a lot of cars are going to start to come at us. Can Mick get up into 2nd place? Mick gets up into 2nd place here, all the way from the back of the grid. Obviously we know the Ferraris have pitted. Vettel especially is pitted in 4th place. Is he going to have to do another 2 stops after this? Has Mick pulled out an absolutely outstanding race here from the back of the grid up into 2nd place? How high can we get him once this race comes to its conclusion? Right, so what have we got left here? Right, so we can push Verstappen an extra lap on his fuel. Mick, meanwhile, he's got another 2 laps, I would think. We're going to try and get him as far as we can in front of the rest of the pack so he's not getting slowed down when he comes out of the pits. Vettel is really pushing his pair of just his soft tyres actually. Right, so we need to set up Max this lap. He's coming in for a pair of softs. We're going to fuel him up to the top. Pack condition, everything looking good. Pit strategy will stay balanced. Verstappen pulling away a little bit from Mick Schumacher now. Although he's pushing his fuel a little bit more than what Mick is. Mick's turn to push his fuel is coming up. Verstappen will be diving into the pits. We do really need to get Verstappen winning this race. Right, so Mick's got enough to go into overtake mode. Is for the Ferraris to pit again is what we need. And Mick meanwhile loses the place to Sebastian Vettel. Vettel obviously in a lot quicker car, and he's pitting already. He's pitting already, so we do definitely know he's got another 2 pit stops to go after this. So can we get Mick anywhere near him? We do have soft tyres to go on the car. We can push the fuel load as well, as Max is doing. Max is back out in 17th place. Max is back out, but he's got some room to work with. He's not getting slowed down too much. Mick is going to be coming to the pits. He's going to be coming out behind Max Verstappen, I would feel. What's the difference between them? 21 seconds. Yeah, I think he'll be coming out behind. We've got Vettel in the pits. Hopefully we get a nice clean pit stop here. Come on. Yes, nice clean pit stop. And Schumacher comes back out into 3rd place. Absolutely amazing work from Mick Schumacher. Verstappen is out into 1st place. We're going to push him now and let him pull ahead of Vettel. Should we have him slow down, or should we just see what Schumacher can get on his own merits this time out? I think we'll do. That's what we want to do. We just want to see how far Vettel can get ahead. We want to see if we can get Schumacher somewhere close to Sebastian Vettel here. We know we've got tons of fuel left. We know we've got tons of tyre wear left. We can just push this car all out from this point forward. Try and get him as close as we can. Are we lapping quicker? That is the question. We're lapping slower than Max Verstappen, but he's doing the exact same thing we are. Although he's going to have to go back down into high mode at this point. You want to conserve a little bit of that fuel. The tyres are pretty hot though. That is the only problem. We've got so much tyre that we might as well just try and burn it up. We did a 125.8 to Vettel's 125.5. He's really pushing on this medium tyre, so maybe we should try cool down a little bit. Try cool down a little bit. See what that makes a difference to the lap time. A 125.8. Try to cool the tyres down. As they start to cool down, we should start to see those lap times start to come. Stay about the same as the tyre cools, hopefully. Or are we 6/10 down on the last lap? Are we going to have to go back to pushing? A 126.8, right, so we slowed down, right? Let's get back to pushing straight away. 4.5 seconds behind. Vettel, we know, does have to pit again, so maybe we should risk a fast pit stop. Maybe that is the only way we're going to be able to catch Sebastian Vettel here. If we've got one more lap that we can get out of Max, yes we can. What's his fuel going to be like when he comes across the line this time? And one, he's going to have to go back into medium to make it round. He's going to come in for the softs at the end. Fill him up to the top so he can push on the fuel load as well. Right, so that's Verstappen set up. Schumacher. Vettel has made his pit stop early. Right, so if we keep pushing here, what's he come back out on? Has Vettel come back out on a medium set of tyres? So we've got a chance to make this work, although Vettel is really going to be pushing that set of tyres into the ground. So should we get in early? Because he's going to be lapping a little bit quicker than us at the moment. What do we need to get to the end of the race? 5.3. Fast pit stop, 29%. 2 seconds it would save. Right, let's try. Let's try. We're going to be fighting Stroll here. Hopefully we can get a decent pit stop out here. Push in. Use everything we can to get into the pits. I have 21 seconds to Sebastian Vettel. Oh no, we're double stacking. Ah, oh, forgot we were sending Vettel in. Verstappen in. Ah, no. Is that Vettel going through? Have we had a mistake? We've had a mistake on Verstappen as well. Ah. And this race, I don't think we'd have been able to keep Mick in front of Vettel anyway, especially going the extra lap longer. Right, can we catch Verstappen up now? Is the question. We've got a lot of fuel to go, haven't we? Schumacher doesn't have as much fuel. 13 seconds to Vettel. Vettel does the quickest lap of 124.6. What can Verstappen do? We're not going to be able to go as quick because I'm guessing Vettel used all his boost up for that lap. So even with this really strong engine, that one mistake has cost Verstappen here. Vettel having a really good race. 5.8 seconds, 5.7. But it's still amazing for Mick Schumacher to be in the position he is from 20th place on the grid. That first lap was absolutely amazing. What did he get up into? Get up into 6th place, I think he got up into. Then managed to get up into 3rd once the safety car came out. Absolutely amazing. Verstappen, right, so we're within 1.7 seconds now. We've got the battery to use. Use it when we get a little bit closer. We are lapping a lot quicker here. It's going to go down to this last lap. Vettel's using his boost to try and get away from us. We use a little bit of it. We're going to try save as much as we can for the straight. Can we come back at Vettel here? Right, we're going to use the boost down the straight. Not enough. Not enough boost. Come on, Verstappen. We can do this. Schumacher, though, 7 seconds behind the leader. From starting on 20th place on the grid. Absolutely amazing. Maybe we'll try it with Verstappen in the next race. Maybe he can get first place. Back, although he can't get first place from first on the grid, right? So we've got some boost left. Is it enough? Is it enough? We get right on the back of him. I think that's Vettel using his boost. Not enough. We've got enough to, a little bit to use down the straight. No, Vettel's using his. So Vettel pulls away for the win in America. Took out Verstappen. Is that his third win of the season? Or is it his second win of the season? Not sure, but absolutely amazing from Schumacher to go from 20th to 3rd on the grid. We'll try it next time out in Brazil with Verstappen. We'll see what he can do from the back of the grid, whereas we'll let Schumacher do qualifying as normal. Or maybe both cars from the back of the grid. Or maybe just... No, Schumacher's had his chance. Schumacher's done his race from the back of the grid. We'll do Verstappen from the back of the grid in the next race, and then we'll finish in Montreal. A normal race with everyone just doing everything as normal. But anyway, we'll do Verstappen next time from the back of the grid. But absolutely amazing still from Schumacher to get up into 3rd. We're just waiting for this race to finish at the moment. Vettel doing his victory lap, peeling into the pits now. So it works out. Vettel, he actually did 3 pit stops and still actually managed to beat us somehow. I'm not going to... I'm guessing, no, because he still came in around the same time we did, but the medium tyres, sometimes going onto the medium and being able to push him a little bit more seems to work, but we were just pushing the softs all out as well, just as he was doing the medium, so it should have worked out better for us. Maybe sometimes it is better to go soft, medium, soft, or you know what I mean. But can't be helped. Max Verstappen 2nd, Mick Schumacher 3rd. Or did everyone else actually finish? Stroll did well in the Williams. Raikkonen did a little bit better in the Mercedes. Mercedes finished both cars in the points. Hamilton 7th. Gasly in the Toro Rosso got into the points again. 2 Haas's all the way down at the back. So Verstappen up to 304 points. 522 points for us now. So as I said, we're going to try Verstappen from the back of the grid next time. Mick's going to get to go through everything as normal. He's still making massive gains here. He's going to catch Verstappen at some point. Verstappen improving a little bit. He should get up to 5 stars at some point in his career. Making him 2nd overall. 2.4 million going into the bank because we didn't get the race payout from Rexona for finishing 2nd, but we've got a ton of money coming in. And yeah, we'll just save the game. We'll just get the interview over and done with, and we'll end with that as we always do. Just wait for this game to save. Head to the interview with Channel 6. Right, so your driver Max Verstappen has won the title. He won it last time. Max Verstappen has done brilliantly. And we want to renew the contract of Mick Schumacher as well. We'll get this done. Status is fairly important, so he'll want equal status next season. He won't accept reserve driver anymore. Max does have equal status as well. Wages are fairly important to me, so that means you have to pay nearly everything. So we'll go... Can't really lowball. He wants that, and he doesn't want any bonuses. Right, so we'll try keep him in the car with McLaren next season. So yeah, we've got the Sao Paulo Grand Prix coming up next time. Like, is it going to be rainy during the race, but qualifying should be dry. But anyway, we'll get to that next time. For this time anyway, it's going to be a goodbye from me, so hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below as well, all the usual razzmatazz. But until next time, I'll see you down the road in Sao Paulo for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and goodbye.